Número uno. How do you say one? Uno, dos, tres. Uno, dos, tres, yes. Oh my goodness, Marielos also. 9:33 p.m. Oh, okay, that's not too bad. David, hello. Ah. Yeah. See, Excalibur shows up first and David clicks on the like first. Good evening, Texas. Howdy. Howdy, partner. Reminds me of Jackie Chan in the High Noon movie, I think that was. Howdy, partner, he said. There we go. It must be, what is it, 11:30 in Spain, Excalibur? Howdy, Sheriff. Well, I tried to have a short chat tonight. Let me open this for a second. Because, of course, it's during the Easter holiday season. So yesterday was Good Friday, I believe, and Easter Sunday and Easter Monday. And so today is Saturday, and I thought, well, obviously, I wanted to do it today, but I had some other appointments. I couldn't. Early morning I wanted, so I could reach maybe more people around the world, different time zones. But tonight, I think also it might be okay. I will see, because if it's 8:37 here, I probably lose Europe. It's probably 4 o'clock in the morning, or 5 or 3 o'clock in the morning in Europe, different places. North America, I would probably have some of the subscribers and friends be able to find me if they are free. Australia would be, now it's Good Sunday for them, because it would be like 12 or 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Same in Hong Kong pretty soon, pretty much. So we'll see. In India will be okay. It's about 9:30 over there. Middle East would be okay. So let's see if this time zone will help us anything. So Excalibur, obviously, wow, what? 5:43 a.m. How could that be? 8:30, 8 to, yeah, that's 4 o'clock. Yeah, that's right. You mean you have 9.5 hours, 9 hours separating? Oh yeah. So what are you doing up then in that case, Excalibur? Now everybody's interested. What the heck are you doing up this late or this early? Don't tell me you are celebrating early Easter or going to prayer and all that. That's a good excuse, but I don't think it will wash here. We know. You tell us what you've been up to. Ah, I see. Okay, that's a good excuse. That's acceptable. All right. So if you guys are up to it, we can have maybe a short chat, or who knows, we always start with short chat, but ends up being long. But I hope that it won't be more than an hour, unless we have lots of people, and then that would be fine. David says it's 10:38 in Dallas. Yeah, so that should be okay. Well, it's Saturday night. You might want to go out or something. Otherwise, you know, it's nobody's working. So, okay. Good night, Excalibur. You go on, and we'll take it from here. Well, until somebody starts the question, today, after my appointments, there was something telling me I should go to the stable and look at some of the horses. So we had one within 20 minutes away, 25 minutes away from here. So I went there, and it was pleasant. It was pleasant. It was pleasant. I enjoyed myself. So, who's the first brave person with a question? Or shall we just have tea and chit chat? Nasro. Good, Nasro. See, I was right. Nasro, you are in, where are you? You're in UK or you're in Dubai? I've got them mixed up. You haven't shown up for a while, so we forgot where you And guys, remember the deal? It was supposed to be, hello, I'm tuning in from wherever, this many years old, young, and male or female, unless your picture is quite clear. So far, we know everybody here, I think. Now, because it's a night broadcast, we don't have a natural light from the sunlight, so we have just a regular, you know, night lights, you know, just regular lights, and that's why the movement of the resolution could be distorted. If I move fast, it won't catch me. I think it will slow down because, see, because there's not enough light. Marielos is the most brave and says, I don't even know where to begin, she says. Okay, begin from the beginning. How about that? She says, I met a man I really, really liked. And I thought it was mutual, but I think he was only after sex. Naturally, that's a given. That's the you know, a prime motivation of any male who, you know, likes women, and so that's the program, that's the motivation. Not surprised, but still feel like shit. No, don't feel like shit, because it is not something that you did. It is that is a program that man has for a woman. And so now, if he is interested in a real relationship, then he would take that initial interest between the two and try to develop it into learning about each other, establishing friendship, building trust, building cooperation, harmony, and so on. Both sides, both the man and the woman, should be trying for taking the friendship to a different level than just mechanical sex, because then even sex would feel better when there are emotions involved and care involved, and the communication would be better. But if it's just sex, then just as when the sex ends, the interest, at least for a short while, also ends, or at least is not as high as it was before sex. And then also the relationship starts falling apart, because if the motivation is only sex. Because sex, although is the attraction between a man and woman, but it is not the bonding adhesive. It's not what keeps it together. In any relationship, when it is, they're interested to take it into a level that is a respectable level, they will try to get to know each other, about their consciousness, about how they think, what are their interests, and what are their outlook in life, what are their policies, how do they see life, what is their conditioning, and all those is what really makes or breaks a relationship. So if a man likes you, Marielos, well, before you actually accept that invitation or interest for sex, take your time then before sex to see the intention, and if it's something that you also would like to be the same or share the intention. If both of you just want sex, well, great. If one of you does, the other one is okay with it or not okay with it, that's where you should find out before you have the sex, not with the excitement of the relationship and perceive the partner to be as you wanted him to be, and then make this illusion to be a reality for you by focusing on it, that no, you know, this and that, and then eventually after sex you see that you know, the guy is left and the girl is now wondering what the heck. So you need to do that study or that finding before you make the decision to become intimate, if that is what is bothering you now. But otherwise, don't feel like shit. Why should you? It's you learn from it and you go on. Tony says, how can we stop to envy or be jealous to others? How do we keep from being self-centered and sensitive when someone else has something we want? I have a video called jealous, or something to do with jealous. So if you just go to the search and just do search for jealous, the word jealous, you should have a bunch of them coming in. If you are jealous, in short, I don't know what I said in those videos because I don't remember now. I guess when I do it, I know what I'm doing. I'm in the zone. After that, I don't remember. I can't repeat them necessarily. But maybe I covered this or not. I'm going to share with you these few words. If you are so focused on following your conditioning, which most of us have been conditioned from childhood to be more than what it is, what we are. We've always been compared with so-and-so by maybe parents comparing you to one of their friends' children, praising them and hoping that you will be like them or better than them or look at them and so forth. So the teachers have compared you with the other student. Look, so-and-so got A, so-and-so is so polite, so-and-so is so clean, so-and-so's books are so nicely, neatly covered, this and that, so forth. Or there are competitions and prizes. If you do this, you get this, you become number one. So all these conditionings through the society and communities that you were raised in, through the encouragement of the others, which part of the encouragement or the motivation for encouraging you to be more is because of the interest that the parents or the teachers would have by having you to be more than what it is that you could be, so they could shine and say to the others, look, this is my son, this is my daughter, this is my student. So it refers back to them as if, therefore, this whole motivation and being a catalyst to make everybody or encourage everybody to be more than what they are has become a conditioning of you ever since childhood, and pretty much that's why everybody is trying to be something that they're not or more, and that jealousy starts coming to bite you because that you are trying to be more and you see somebody else has something that you don't have and you feel they are more than you because they've got something that you don't, and you've been conditioned not just to want to be more, but also that things will make you be more as well. Nobody is teaching you or teaching us that we should be enhancing our understanding of our psyche, our powers, our coordination with mind and body, our meditation, our conflux stuff with the energy of the nature, our learnings, our skills about what we like, the education that we want to do, and all that so forth. Some of it is being instilled, but most of it about who you are, what you are, about your own machine, how it works. You're not encouraged. You're just put through a assembly line to do the homework, do this, do that, and train to be a good robot for when you grow up. You will be part of an organization, a system or a factory or an industry that they would be looking for a obedient clerk, somebody who will just do what they tell them. So this conditioning is started from childhood through school system and all that. Is all about do this, I told you so, you got to follow this, do the homework this way. And nothing is in a free way. Beginning in some countries like Norway and I guess Sweden or places like that, they're examining and becoming more and more, they're more advanced than many other countries in that way. So when you're conditioned to be more and you think that being more, one of it is by having new things, nice things. A new tennis racket, I'm more than I was before when I didn't have a tennis racket. New shoes, new car, new this, new that. And some ladies like to get brand handbags, and that shows the brand on the handbag, and in which case that they attach themselves to the value of the handbag. If it's expensive, then that value kind of is rubbed on them, they feel, and that's why so many people are interested to buy expensive things, even though it doesn't worth it, because the brand kind of gives them a little bit of a value more than what they are through the value of the handbag or whatever it is that they have. So this having things have translated itself to be an instrument to make you that what you're conditioned to be, which is more. In addition to other things that you want to be, you got to be more. This is also another instrument for you. So you see someone that has something that you want, you become jealous. Not just because you want to have the fun and the use of what it is that that person has, also because you know that having that, he seems or she seems to be more than you because you don't have it and that person has it. So you want that and you feel jealous because of that value that you're supposed to get in order to achieve that plateau that you're conditioned to achieve, namely to be more. That's part of the motivations of jealousy, which of course worth nothing, because I don't care what you have, what you don't have. When it comes to something that is challenging in life, it is your psyche that is going to help you. It's understanding about thoughts and consciousness, your fear and desire and ego, the role of these things in what it is that is challenging you in that particular chapter of your life. So, however, it is something that you're conditioned. So if you're aware of it and have this knowledge with you, it might help you to realize that jealousy is not going to make you more, and that person having that, the reason you may think that that person is more than you because you're conditioned to think that way. Otherwise, that person is not more than you. Everybody is unique. So stop comparing yourself with the others and break that cycle of not even having been compared all your life. Now you're comparing yourself and you're buying into it by actually following that conditioning ever more seriously. I hope that is something to cover your question until you get to that video that I mentioned about jealousy, which you will find a bunch of them there. David says, what do you do when you have a gut feeling about someone who was special and you thought that because of that feeling they were the one and you were wrong? Now how can one trust their gut again? Okay, let me translate it, because you did a very good job, David, to confuse me. I think that's what you were going for, right? And you succeeded to confuse the heck out of me. Now let me translate this. Do you mean that your question is that what if you have a gut feeling that someone is special and is the right one for you, but in fact that gut feeling makes you to go for it and believe in that and act on it, but then later on you find out that your gut was nothing but full of shit and it steered you wrong, and now you wonder, how can I trust my gut feeling again? If that's the correct analogy or translation of your question, please do share and say yes, so I will continue. Okay. Now that we are both on the same page, I will take a stab at this thing. First of all, the event of life, just because it's not in the laboratory or it's not a scientific finding that you have to show proof, doesn't mean that it needs no research and no facts, and only gut feeling would be enough. Even in laboratory and scientific measurements and studies, you may have a gut feeling about a direction that you want to take in order to achieve that result that you're hoping or looking for to investigate on that scientific subject or examination of whatever it is. But you still would follow certain data and procedures and backing your gut feeling, hoping that these scientific procedures would also follow your gut feeling that it was correct to have gone toward that direction. It's a direction that it gives you, but it doesn't actually tell you it's right or not. You still have to go through the scientific process and do the sampling and all that and figure it out and see what the results are and then measure that. But then why is it that when it comes to some other things, suddenly gut feeling becomes the primary source for making it to be right or wrong? The reason that you find your gut feeling to be so in your face in a way and to the point that you actually go for it, believe it, because it's about emotional things. It's about a girlfriend, a girl that you like, and suddenly the gut feeling is feeling really good to accept the gut feeling, because you're enticed with the intimacy, possibility of hug and kisses and touching and intimacy. And if your gut says, hey, that's the right thing, then you'll be even more encouraged. You get more bravery, and you will take the step forward and ask her out or do this and do that, and take more effort and sacrifice more of your time or resources, because it is with the promise of that gut feeling is telling you you want to believe your gut feeling, because the gut feeling obviously is telling you that this is the right one, so go for it. And you know that going for it means lots of good things will happen: a good relationship, a new girlfriend, and all the good things that comes with a woman, and the rest of it that you know what that all could entail. And therefore, it is very natural to go for your gut feeling. But that's exactly when you should not rely on gut feeling in a relationship. You should rely on time-tested relationship. In other words, do you tell yourself when you're in front of the ocean that I have a gut feeling that it'll just be fine if I just go into the ocean? How do you know how deep it is? You have a gut feeling that it'll be okay? Are you going to believe your guts? Why don't you believe your gut in those sort of things? But you believe your guts in the intimacy department. Why? Because you can see where it could lead, and you're programmed for it to like that, where it's going to lead. So you will believe your gut feeling because you have incentive. You have ulterior motive. So your gut feeling is welcomed if it's positive. But if it's in front of the ocean, your gut feeling says, go ahead, no problems. And you said, hell with you, I'm just going to tiptoe in. I'm going to go in and see how deep it is. And if it's too deep, I'll come back. Or if it's a little bit of a stormy day, your gut feeling says, no, it'll be okay, go in. You say, what? Let me see. Or you get up and the weather is fine. And your gut says, oh, nice weather, let's go to the ocean. And then you say, no, wait, let me check the weather. Oh, there's a storm coming. So, no, thank you, gut feeling. I'll just suntan. And when it's going to get cloudy, I come back. So you do all these precautions for other things. But when it comes to emotion, suddenly gut feeling is, yeah, I've got this thing that, I can rely on. No. So, in fact, when you are somewhere that you don't know that place, that restaurant, how reputable, how good it is, somewhere in the boonies or somewhere that you've never been there, and they bring a very delicious looking food in front of you, that doesn't mean that just because it looks good, it must be actually healthy and good and safe as well. How do you know? Places and things that you don't know, you got to be more careful and more alert of the possibilities of not being what it looks like. So when you have a gut feeling that tells you, oh, this is great, that's exactly when you should be more careful, because the gut feeling is not going to take any responsibility for it when things go sour. And the gut feeling is motivated by ulterior motive. You know why? We just talked about it. So just take the scientific way in emotional things, romantic things. Just take time. Slow it. Just like when you want to go to the ocean. Step by step. Check out if you still reach the bottom of the ocean. If it's not too far. If it's still not too risky. It doesn't take too much away. And then come back out. And the next day you go in and swim, learn to swim and go a little bit further. But you don't trust it. You're always careful until you get to know that pond or that area, and you get to know that really I know every corner of it is all good. Then you start swimming without really paying too much attention, while you still got to be careful. Same thing with your relationships. You meet a girl, your gut feeling tells you, where did the gut feeling get all this information? How smart is the gut feeling? I'm smarter than you? Gut feeling is part of you. So where did he get all that experiences? Oh, I suggest she looks good, and so she's in high heels, so therefore a gut feeling says she's the right one. It depends on what you like. Don't fall for it. Always just study it, befriend, interact, go outings, see how you guys and how she behaves and acts and reacts with society, with things that are part of life. You go to store window shopping and see, go on sporting events to play, not just watch, to play, participate, see how the reaction is, how the attitude is in playing, graciousness, forgiving, sharing, losing, winning, the emotions, the energy. You can see all that. You got to start getting to know people via their energy that is extended from them, not just from their words and their looks and what they're wearing or what they're having, what they're hanging on themselves. Those are all can be changed and altered, and they're not never part of that person. It's just added for that day. The next day could be different because it depends on what they're going for, what image they're going for. So you got to focus and become more receptive and understanding about the energy that is touching you of the person. Some people that, you know, it could be go beyond relationship stuff. You could be doing business with someone, and before you do business, well, everything sounds good, you know, the person is saying this and that, and oh, I will do this service, that service, whatnot, but the energy that you're feeling should be part of that. Yeah? And you don't consider it if it's just all good. You still go back on the contracts and make sure everything is in writing. But the energy will tell you if you don't feel good about the person, that's the time you break it. You always trust your feeling, pretty much, depending on what it is. When your gut feeling says something not good, rather than believing your gut feeling when it says something good, definitely all right. That's risky. But when it tells you something not good, because you're feeling the energy of that person, and that energy of that person, if it's negative, you feel it. That affects you in a negative way. And when it does, obviously, a person is extending negative energy, which is going to be affecting and reflecting the rest of other parts of his or her life as well. And that's the one you want to stay away from. So trust your energy in feeling people's energy, but gut, that's a little deeper number that I can talk to you about it later, but that's when the meditation comes to the picture, the settling the waves of the mind through meditation comes to the picture, and then when the ripples of mind is decreased like the soft and calm pond, then the reflection of things happening in the pond will be more clear. Even a dashing bird, before it actually gets on the pond, its wing and span and all the reflection is clearly reflected on the surface of the water. And that is the gut feeling, because you see it before it's coming. That comes with the calmness of the mind. Now, that's a different thing that we're talking about here. That's gut feeling can help you out from things that could happen, you know, because the reflection of things before they happen, because of your mind is so calm, can reach there before it's actually too close to its happening. That can happen. But this thing, this gut feeling, no, they're a human being. Check them out. Your feeling wants it to be good, so it feels like, oh, it's going to be good, and you go for it. Don't go for it. Just feel them out. That was a long answer for such a short question. Let's see. Nasra says, sorry, was driving, missed little bit, but now I'm here. Okay, good. Yeah, Nasra, we were saying that I forgot where you're tuning in. Is it UK that you're at, or is it Dubai? I'm not quite sure, because I know that you've been here before many times, but and we've communicated on YouTube, but I just don't remember. David said, thank you, Mehran. These things are very tricky. Yes, they are. Yes, they are, because when your hormones comes to the picture, forget the gut feeling. Gut feeling has got no power there. Your hormones are telling your gut feeling what to feel, because that's what you want to feel, because there's pleasure there. And pleasure is a big motivation, and you prefer it to be good. So if the pleasure is there, you feel that your gut feeling says go for it, because there's a pleasure at the end of the gut feeling. That's why you go for it. Not that it really is the right feeling. Now, Ashmita Lamichhane, I hope I pronounced it correctly, or maybe I didn't. How do we gain confidence, she says, when we were left for another person? Well, I have a video called that about confidence, how to be confident after breakup, how gain your confidence. If you search it in that words, you will have bunch. Or just go to playlist and you'll see about confidence. So there'll be videos there about confidence. I will try to see what I can discuss here as part of your question, but for more elaborate and lengthy discussion, you can go and search the channel for this. In fact, pretty much if there's anything that comes to your mind after breakup, we have a video on it. Pretty much. It's over 800 now, I think, or almost 800 and counting. So you can be damn sure that you can find stuff in this channel. That's why I say, guys, number one, please share the videos that you like, whether it's about relationships, breakups, or about the playlist, the Psyche, which has to do with thoughts, consciousness, conditioning of the consciousness, fear, desire, and ego, how we tick. Why is it that we act, react, feel the way we do in our daily life negotiation of our journey? So please do share them on your social media. Let people know their support is available, and also know about our work, and then we can reach more people and get more subscribers to our channel if we are to actually take this seriously and continue it further to help people around the world, which it is what I'm passionate about and love to do. But yet you have to consider the economics and viability of it, and that comes around to be how many subscribers we have. Now the other thing is that what was I going to say? So share it on your social media, and before you forget, everybody click on the like on this talk that we're having. Click on the like right now, please, because I know a bunch of you will forget, and that will help the algorithm a little bit. Every time that we have everybody click on it, it'll help. You see, David, the first thing he did, he clicked on that, because we're not just here to have a good time, we're here to enjoy having a response to your questions, but at the same time, it also should be instrumental to help us to be visible on YouTube and gain more presence. And for that, we need sharing the videos and clicking on the likes, not just this one, but any other video of this channel that you watch. I would greatly appreciate it. Now, she continues and says, how do we gain confidence when we were left for another person? How to get through such humiliation? Aha. First of all, it's not a humiliation. That's number one that you should focus. Somebody leaving you, why is it a humiliation? Why is it not humiliation for him? If you are a lady, are you? Yeah, okay, Shmita, yeah. Why should it be a humiliation for you? Why does it mean to you if something is no longer with you or in your pocket, or you own it or is yours, whether it's a handbag or a, I don't know, a tennis ball or a bicycle, or if it's a relationship? Why is it that you think if somebody is no longer yours or with you, or it's lost or stolen, or you misplaced it, something is diminished from you? What does it have to do with you? There's no amount of value that diminishes from you if somebody leaves you. It just means the two consciousnesses were not bonding because they were not finding things in common, or the consciousnesses were conditioned differently, the contents of it were different, and they could not appreciate each other, or one of them was simply having to do with their own agenda and selfishness and not participating in a relationship which would have both people's goals and encouragement and plans for this relationship considered, and it was only one-sided for their own personal gain or personal fun or whatever they had in mind. So that didn't work out, and you guys separated either mutually or one of them left the other one. Who cares who left? Just because somebody left you, nothing has been diminished from you. That's for sure. That's 100%. It's only your conditioning that thinks that, okay, if I want to be more, if I receive something, I'm more. Then that means if something goes away or I lose it, then I'm less. That doesn't work that way. You're conditioned to want to be more. But if you lose something of it, that doesn't mean you're less. It just means you have less of that thing that you've been conditioned to think that by having it you're more. Now you're countering it and thinking the reverse of it is correct as well. Now that I've lost it, I must be less. No, it doesn't work that way. But you're conditioned to think it works that way, and that's why you get more upset and think it's humiliation. What humiliation? Who is that person who left you? Who died and left that person in charge of giving values and honor and worth and affirmation? It's just another person who himself or herself needs affirmation by others and value and things based on what. It's all nonsense. Your value and worth is based on how you affect the society around you, people around you, people come in contact with you, how you treat them, how to positively affect them, influence them, or negatively. That is how you're valued, regardless of who you are, how you look like, what color you are, what religion you have, what gender you are. Everybody is supposed to be judged based on their contribution to their society, to their community, how they affect positively the people around them, the community that they live in, what kind of role model they are for children with their own conduct and behavior and consideration of their behavior in public and so on. This is how people are supposed to be judged, not just to think that, well, it's my right, so I do whatever the hell I want, but I don't care about who's going to actually be influenced depending on what age they are and so on, and how I'm actually, without necessarily intending, while it is an intention, encouraging my own thinking or lifestyle onto some environment or some community that they're not equipped for that or not interested in that. So behavior is very important, and everybody is responsible in the same degree to behave according to what is going to affect the society positively and help them to grow and to be what they want to be, what they can be, what they're designed to be, rather than creating some negative role models and causing a different kind of ripples in the chances that everybody should have to grow the way that they should in a society. So, having said that, then you can see that the only person that can add or diminish from you and your value is you, nobody else. Because everybody's responsibility in front of the society and the communities that we live in is the same. Regardless of who you are, regardless of what religion, what nationality, what color, what gender, we're all human beings and trying to create a society, a community that has positive energy flowing through it, while everybody has their right and their rights are respected, and they're living their life the way they like to. So don't think somebody having left you has actually cause for humiliation. And she continues, says, and do they ever regret making such decision of betraying their partner? Who cares? Why do you think that if they regret, you will feel better, or if they regret, you'll have more value, or if they regret, you're vindicated, or if they don't? Who cares? Who cares? Or do you think that the person who has left you, the relation that didn't work out, and a bunch of other people are from the above, are constantly looking at you, he left you. Do you think they're doing this? Nobody even cares. Nobody even knows, and you shouldn't care either. Some idiot happened to not find the values that you possess. That doesn't take anything away from you. Somebody sees a diamond and doesn't think it's valuable. Does it diminish anything from the diamond's value? No. Just this guy doesn't know what diamond is. So you put a diamond and a zirconian, cubic zirconian, and the piece of glass, and the person can't tell a difference. So does that mean that now suddenly, because he can't tell the difference, or he chooses the glass or cubic zirconian, the diamond has devaluated, or all of them are now the same worth? No. It's his own personal shortcomings. lack of knowledge, lack of taste, lack of class, lack of harmony in valuing same things. That's all there is to it. So, hope that would be something for you to think about. Ashmita. And Nasro says, my dear, I'm tuning in Atlantic City. Oh, you're so close. I mean, so close. 5 hours aircraft flight, but compared to what I thought, UK or Dubai. All right then. All right, Nasro. Hello, Carpe Diem. Good to see you too. Hope you're enjoying your evening. Yes, actually, as I mentioned with friends just before, half an hour before maybe. Yeah, today I had some appointments, and then I decided to go to a nearby stable to look at some horses, and it was a good time for me to watch some of the kids training and talk to some people and look at some horses, and it was pleasant. And then when I came home, I said, well, I have a choice: go to the gym or talk to people around the world. I decided I've gone to the gym enough. I'm not 25-year-old anymore, so everywhere hurts. So tonight, I think I may take a break, unless I really get bored after this, or I'll go take a walk by the ocean. So there it is. Now you know everything. So, are we caught up? Yes, looks like we're caught up. So, what is it that you guys are all home? Is it something that you're usually at this time? Because when I changed the timing for tonight, just wanted to see how far we reach. And if it's night time, I could reach Australia and Hong Kong at this time. And India, which I usually don't, because our timings are like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, or 12 o'clock or 11 o'clock in the morning, or 12 o'clock at noon. So these are a little bit too early to reach that far because of time differences. But tonight I have probably lost most of Europe. They're all fast asleep. However, in North America I should have some, which I guess I do. West Coast and East Coast. Obviously from Guatemala, Marielos is here, so we're reaching that time zone as well. But I haven't seen anyone from Australia while it's their Sunday about noon or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And Hong Kong, we haven't gotten anybody from Hong Kong either. So I don't know, maybe it just means I'm still not clear what is the best time that I can reach everywhere. I can still reach pockets. So that means I got to do as many as I can in order to introduce the channel to as many people as we can. But Nasro joined us. Usually Nasro doesn't join us during the daytime or earlier, like about 2 or 3 in the afternoon, or even 11 in the morning. And I still wonder why most of the people on Facebook that I post there, they probably don't see the posts because the posts don't inform them. So I may have to do some just exclusively on Facebook, and then you guys will not get to know it unless you've already signed up with my Facebook page, Mind That Seeks Truth Author, or books, which I hope you have. I'm trying to promote the live talks through YouTube because I feel I should be able to reach more people, since we have about 14,000 subscribers here. But yet on Facebook we have 16,000. And every time we're there, we get more people there than here. So I guess it's a process. We should continue on and on until we finally find our place. Also, as you guys know, I have uploaded a new video just yesterday, and seems like lots of people like it, and it's unique in its way of delivering a certain point that I wanted to. So if you guys haven't seen it, please do. It says, the title is, where does the breakup pain come from? Where does the breakup pain come from? If you haven't seen it, please do. It's only 6.5 minutes or so, so it's not a long one, but it's short and sweet, and yet I think it's very interesting. So far, numbers are more than average for a 24-hour period, and I'm delighted. The more we can deliver the message of the relationship between our lives and our psyche, the more we will be able to reach people and share this knowledge with them, which would help them in their daily life, and at the same time get our work out there and known, and encourage people to join us on our venture, our journey, our YouTube and our Facebook. And do share the videos that you like and promote the site mindthatseekstruth.com. Please go ahead, talk to your friends and promote it. Any page of the site that you want, and they can always click on the books and look at the video of the books. Each book has a video, short video, tells them what it is. They can click on the book, open it, and see the table of contents and read a sample chapter, see if they like it, and of course the rest is up to them. Now, we have, David says, I noticed that the video that are not live talks, like where does the breakup pain comes from, seem to get more attention than the live talks. Yes, of course, because live talks, somehow the timing, I guess, people don't join, or maybe they feel that, I don't know, they're not, they think it's only about, they think it's only geared for a relationship or breakup, which it seems that way. But in fact, every single video that we've talked about breakups is actually introducing a concept about the psyche. That's how I'm trying to deliver the solution to their challenges through their own psyche, their own mind, by learning about how their own psyche can help it. And through that understanding of that knowledge, we are trying to come to terms and remedy with the pain and the difficulties that they need to face with after their breakup. So in fact, we are encouraging sharing the knowledge about how we are put together through the forum and the challenge that a breakup brings for us. Kind of hitting two targets at the same time with one stone. So when it's new, somehow, I guess, I don't know. I don't have the right answer. Nasra says, how you tell the truth someone you love. How you tell the truth to someone you love? Nasra, could you kindly guide me, help me out a little bit? How you tell the truth to someone you love? What kind of truth is it? And what kind of love it is? A little bit more elaboration, it would help me out. I can guess, but I don't think that would be the best way. Let me close this. It's getting a little bit chilly here. Oh, yes. Do me a favor, guys. Actually, do talk about this channel if you're happy with the contents that we're sharing here. Do talk about it with your friends. Encourage them to at least go on the Facebook page or on the YouTube page and just subscribe or watch some of the stuff. Unless we have that word of mouth, it would not be as effective, I think. So Nasro disappeared on me. Or perhaps she's still writing. I don't think there's that big of a delay here. I think it's not bad. There it is. And Nasro says, especially when you tell him a lie about all your life. So I'm thinking what you're saying, Nasro, is that you have lied to the one that you love about your life, and now you want to tell the truth about your life to that person. Or there is no or. That's my understanding. Am I right? David so kindly says, yes, I will be recommending this channel to someone soon. Great. We will take everyone that we can. I changed all the tags for the tag for channels tag, and I'm trying to analyze and see if there's any change. It blows my mind that something is missing. Something is causing us not to be visible. I can't figure out what it is. So many channels have come and, you know, became so populated, so many subscribers in such a short time, but I wonder what are we doing wrong here? And David says, I just have to find a particular video to fit their situation for their first impression. Yes, that's right. The one that talks about the pebble usually fits almost every breakup situation, but it's not like the newest video. Of course, is one of the oldest ones, so the whole quality and, you know, everything is different. But I have lots of short videos that is done by the ocean with a good lens, and the quality is very good. And it's not long, it's like 3 minutes or 5 minutes or 6 minutes, about consciousness, fear, desire, and ego, about happiness and success, about things like this, that they're quite short and they are done for that purpose, to bring introduction to the channel. So I have lots of those. Usually on the thumbnail you see the ocean as in the background. So you may want to choose those, or the last one that I just did, if it's something general for them to, if they're interested to want to know about how they're put together, which is probably the most important thing. One of the most important things every individual should know about, how is it that they take, and most people don't really know. Now Nasser said, no, not me, it's my cousin. So your cousin have a love in her life, and she has lied to the guy about her life all along, and now that she feels this thing is good, serious, and the guy is okay, and she wants to now get on the truth step. Well, the decision is hers or yours at any time, of course. So what I'm saying to you is not what you should be doing or shouldn't be doing, but I'm just trying to be a catalyst in bringing to your attention that whatever it is that she wants to do, the decision that she wants to make in this case here on this topic, she should be okay with it before she makes that. Like if she says, I want to tell the truth. Therefore, she should be okay with if the truth actually didn't work and it caused challenges. If she's good with that, then she will have all the courage in the world and believes that she's doing the right thing, and she will just sit down with the guy and say, look, this is how it is. I lied, this and this and this. The reason for that was that I didn't know. I was trying to protect myself. And at the same time, I was interested to make this a success relationship. And I thought you may not be able to understand or handle it, or due to your conditioning, your consciousness, or your tradition, or your customs, you would freak out, or you think it's this or that, perceive everything instead of actually listening to me, and you would come up with all kinds of things that are not true just because this particular scenario could have gone any direction, and you will take the worst direction. And I didn't want to risk all that misunderstanding, which I thought, because I thought there could be a good relationship here. And I was right. There is a good relationship here. And now that I can see it, I want to make sure that you are the person that I think you are, that you can handle and see the things as they are, rather than perceiving it and creating things that is not there. And so I could be free with you and not be afraid to tell the truth, and wondering if I tell the truth, he will misunderstand, and therefore I shouldn't. Instead, I want to think that I can tell the truth, and it will be discussed, and it will be understood as I say it is. And that should come from a trust that would exist, so I could be comfortable and feel safe to not have to tell a lie in order to be relaxed and tranquil and no dramas. I should be able, both of us should be able to tell the truth, and the other one should be helpful to understand rather than perceive it and go on the wrong chapters of it and create some things that's not there and come up with questions that is not even necessary, and then create the whole drama of it. So that was my motivation, and see what happens. So, because always telling the truth is the best. It just makes you feel free, if that's a relationship that is worth it, pretty much, now that it is like this, the way it is. But it's best from the beginning to just be honest. Don't be afraid. Just be yourself. If somebody can't see it, then that person is not, supposed to be with you. It's not qualified to be with you. If you're supposed to be tampering everything and sifting through things and factoring everything and filtering everything just so there would be understanding, that's too much work. A relationship is supposed to be that, okay, if things happen, the trust is there, the bonding is there. Now we're going to see how it is and see if the two minds put together can deal with this challenge or whatever it is that we're supposed to be dealing, rather than, oh, I got to make sure that it will be packaged properly because I can't trust this person to actually handle it, so I got to package it, wrap it, color it, and then that means I'm not comfortable. That means you don't trust the person, and you don't think that the person can handle it. So both of you have to communicate and make sure that is the way that you guys like to proceed in life, and then cooperate and help each other so you can both feel safe and comfortable to be truthful, so it will be easy on you, and also easy on the other person, and clear, everything clear. That's all. Instead of doing it later, doing it right at the beginning. Kailu says, it's been a week since my breakup. Today we finally closed that chapter, and I feel more motivated to go back to college. Thanks to your videos, I get a feeling of emptiness still. Any advice? Well, the emptiness is correct. You because you're normal. You should be feeling empty. That's okay. Why? You're not empty of that person. Your life is not empty. What it is that something that was running in your head as an order of life is now changed. You see, it's like a theater you had. You were an actor and she was an actress. There were other things involved that had created the order of your lives. You had a different order before you guys got together. She had a different order before you guys got together. When you guys got together, your order, your way of doing things, your norm of life was interfering with her order, her way of doing things, and her order, her way of doing things, and her lifestyle and so on was interfering with yours. Eventually, you two came up to a compromise and a collective, a new order that both put together. And you guys got used to this new order, which was an order when you guys became a couple. And then now this theater with you, the actor, and she, the actress, continued with both of you having your roles. And the order, new order, was established. And the story was continuing. And the mechanical processes of your day, how it starts and how it goes through and how challenges are and how you deal with it and how it ends to the night. And for her, the same was in the way it was for each one of you. So the mechanical processes were continuing, and you were part of her mechanical process. She was part of your mechanical process, part of the things that you would interact during the day. And the order, you guys both were part of that new order. And the theater, the story was continuing. Now, the order that was the same is changed. Now you guys both are kind of back to how it was before you guys got together. So that's an imbalance. You're not used to that yet. That's going to take a bit of a time for you to get used to how your order will be based on you, not based on both of you. So it'll be another new order, which was pretty much the same as when you guys have not joined together yet. We're not a couple. And the mechanical process is going to be lacking her in yours. There's no interaction with her, which we're used to it. And she was used to it. So that, again, is changed, created imbalance. Yeah? So the theater, the story of the theater, the actors and actresses are changed. Now you are in your theater. No longer she is there for you to have the interaction of the roles in this theater of life. So suddenly, you can't tell the story the way you used to because the actress is not there. So somehow there is an imbalance to tell this, to continue that story the way it was going. So these three things have been different now, have been changed, altered. And these three things are some of the reasons that you feel empty, because it's like you're out of place. The energy that it used to be is not there. The flow that it used to be is not there. The rhythm that it used to be is not there. The mechanical process is different. The order is different. The story has to be modified. The scenario has to be rewritten. The script has to be rewritten for every day. So all that makes you feel like it's unfamiliar now. The scene is unfamiliar. So you feel a little empty until, again, you fall into it. You create new order for your studies and for your plans and so on and so forth. And everything comes into a new balance, and a new order again will be formed. So be patient, keep going, and stay on course. I hope that was something you were looking for, Kai. Now, guys, I think we have answered everybody's question, and I think it would be good for now that, El Haj says, hello, can someone be friend with their enemy friend? Can someone be friend with their enemy's friend? Not a good idea, I guess. Can someone be friend with their enemy's friend? Well, you know, I guess it can, because each person is different, but it would be a little bit of a invasion of a privacy, like, you know, whatever you tell this friend is also a friend of your enemy. So how are you sure that this whole scenario will not affect your friendship and your trust level with this friend, which you know this friend is friend with your enemy as well, and you are feeling like, should I, shouldn't I? So it'll be kind of a not a comfortable way, I guess. But then again, maybe it's possible, depending on that friend and how trustworthy that person could be, or how balanced you can keep the two relationship, be friend with your enemy and also be friend with you, but not divulge your stories or your information to that person and vice versa. That'll be difficult on the friend himself as well. Now, I hope that we have now caught up with everybody, answered everybody's question. So I would like to thank you for being here and sharing with me this time and helping me to see if this time is a good time to reach more people. Obviously, it's just not anything special as far as the numbers are concerned, but it was special for the fact that you guys were here and we could have a nice chat. And I hope you guys enjoyed as much as I did. And I look forward to have a next chat with you as soon as possible. In the meantime, please be good to yourself and to the others. I love you all. Thank you for being here. I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.